Is your medication safe and effective? Bioethics International has just announced a Good Pharma Scorecard, results of prescription drug safety and effectiveness for you and your family. Here to give us all some advice is Dr. Jennifer Miller. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about this scorecard and why did you develop it?
Sure. The Good Pharma Scorecard is an index that evaluates and ranks all large pharmaceutical companies and all new medicines and vaccines on their ethical performance, focusing on the issues that matter to patients the most. This year, the scorecard looks at the clinical trial transparency of drugs and companies. I created the Good Pharma Scorecard in large part because of the massive amounts of distrust around the industry.
So is the lack of trust in the industry harming consumers' health care?
So there's some evidence to show that when distrust is too high, patients may not take their drugs and people won't sign up for clinical trials. And if you don't have people signing up for clinical trials, it's really hard to innovate, to develop the next cures and therapies. So it's important that we have a trustworthy, ethical, and patient-centered system.
Why is transparency so important to doctors and patients?
Yes, so doctors need all of the evidence about a medicine in order to prescribe the right drug for the right patient at the right time. Hospital formularies and insurance formularies also need all of that information to decide whether to carry the drug on their formulary and how to value it. So it's really important that we have all the safety and efficacy information in the public domain. And so to ensure that that happens, we evaluate all the new drugs approved by the FDA on their clinical trial transparency.
And how is Bioethics International helping to make these changes?
What we do is we benchmark the performance of companies and drugs year after year. The idea is that what gets measured gets done. So we celebrate the high, good performers and we encourage the low performers to do better. And there's plenty of evidence that shows that these types of programs work. So if you're interested in seeing how your drug or company scored, log on to www.bioethicsinternational.org.
What changes have you seen some of the companies make since the first scorecard?
So in 2015, we saw only about 80% of trials and patients were publicly available, and that number jumped up to 96%. And in 2015, when we evaluated the drugs, half of all of the drugs were missing a phase 2 or 3 trial in the public domain.
Are there plans to expand the scorecard?
Yes, we will be expanding to look at other issues like clinical trial design. Currently, drugs are tested on healthy young white males, and we want to make sure that they're tested on all types of people. So we want to improve equality and inclusivity in clinical trial design and access. So if you're interested in learning more, visit www.bioethicsinternational.org.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miller. Log on to our website, fox4morningblend.com.